Hi guys, I just wanted to quickly pop in and explain that I did the first part of this build, the exterior, on a live stream over on Twitch, and I couldn't, for some reason, record just my screen, so this is my face with a little bit of it, but the speed build portion of this video is just going to be me doing the interior, so enjoy that! Guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. Right now on screen we're kind of zooming around this lot so you can see what we did with the exterior. I built this over on my Twitch channel. Apologies that I don't have the proper recording for that. I had some issues with my recording software, but hopefully those will be resolved before the next time I try and do something on stream that I also want to share on the channel. But regardless, if you would like to follow my Twitch channel so you guys can be notified of when I'm live, if that's interesting to you, I have been over there building and interacting with everybody, and it's been really fun. I'll have a link down below to my Twitch channel if you'd like to follow it. Additionally, I've made a second channel here on YouTube to upload those Twitch VODs to. If you'd like to watch that, that'll be linked down below as well. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, the VOD for this stream will also be up. It was a fun time with creepy babies, and if that interests you, you might want to check it out. It was really fun. But anyway, we are on the interior of this house now. I really liked the idea of doing an underground like survival bunker, which made perfect sense with StrangerVille because we got a lot of items that are definitely tailored to that storyline. So that's what we're doing here today. I've gotten a lot of suggestions for it, so I was like, yeah, you know what? It's been a while since I've done something like this. Let's go for it. I like doing like messy, dirty, hidden away things. I love the corrugated metal on the walls. It's one of my favorite wallpapers. I think it is so cool. I remember being pumped when StrangerVille came out, so I'm always happy to get to use some more of it because it comes with all of this type of bunker stuff, which I really like. But I also love the windows and doors that came with this pack, which are definitely more of a nice house vibe other than the door we're using here. This is definitely like a trailer or bunker door, which I quite enjoyed. I also used a ton of the rocks that came with debug from this pack here, and they're at the bottom of the steps. This whole stairwell is pretty closed off at the top. You can't see it very much. There's plants and rocks covering it, but I did playtest this and your Sims can get down here and use everything just fine, which was really exciting for me. I don't have a full kitchen. I thought about having a full kitchen though. I believe we have a mini fridge, a sink, and a counter and a microwave. I think that's it for the kitchen. And then there's not a sink in the bathroom space because we have one in the kitchen space, and it is an underground bunker. You're gonna take what you can get, basically, is what my thought process was when I was building it. So it's pretty small down here. It's pretty cramped. I did think about using this table and just having stuff on it, but I decided to get is it called the listening station? It's some kind of like listening in on people thing that's part of the StrangerVille storyline, which I think is pretty cool. You can kind of bug people and listen in on their conversations. So I decided to include that down here if you did want to play the StrangerVille storyline and enjoy that object while you're here. Actually, are you able to use that when you're not doing the storyline? Is there any benefit to that object? I actually have no idea. I played through the storyline once and then I never like touched that item again, so I'm not sure if it does anything else. But if you guys know, I'd be curious to find that information out. Anyway, right now we're placing a bunch of postcards on the wall, but we do end up moving them onto a corkboard a little bit later. I kind of liked the idea of having them pinned all over the walls and having like red yarn connecting them all, you know, that stereotypical trying to figure out a mystery idea, but I ended up putting them on a corkboard later because we don't really have a red string type thing, and I thought it looked a little weird. How are those pinned up there? It's a metal wall. Those are obviously push pins, so I changed my mind about that in the end. But here we are trying to figure out where to put that listening station I had mentioned before and moving some of the clutter around that I wanted to have throughout here because I wanted there to be a bunch of stuff that's a little unorganized because the sim that lives down here is probably digging through it all the time, and of course I want all of their storage supplies and papers everywhere where you're doing some research and connecting the dots. So there's lots of that around down here, and so it's kind of messy and kind of dirty too. I put a lot of the stains on the floors and stuff because it is underground. I'm kind of going with the idea that maybe some of the dirt around the place and the stuff underground is seeping into this bunker. That was kind of the idea I had in mind. I guess I could have put that giant crack on the floor that's from Get Famous. That probably would have looked kind of cool too, but maybe it would have been a little bit too much. I kind of like just the gross stuff oozing in from the walls. It's such a gross word, oozing, but I liked how that came out, and then I made sure to put like a little calendar by the station where you're doing your listening. I really enjoyed using the folding chairs, and I like the orange color. I switched that around a couple different times, but I think we did end up keeping it on the orange one. And then lots of boxes of papers over here. I used ones that are from Get to Work as well as ones that came with StrangerVille. I feel like in this particular build, I used a decent amount of stuff from Get to Work because it made sense because we had the scientist career. So there's some like tech stuff that I thought was kind of fun. And then all of like the paperwork and stuff, which worked really well for this build. And then over here, when you first walk in, I kind of have an electric box, and I just put some stuff on top of that in a little while, some different supplies. I used some of the decorative supplies that we got from Outdoor Retreat, I believe. And then, of course, we got this giant storage rack of supplies from StrangerVille, but we got some from Outdoor Retreat as well. So I made sure to include those because I thought it was pretty realistic and made it a little bit more customized. I also really enjoyed adding some of these banners and posters and such that came with Get Together. I wish there was one that had an alien on it because I feel like that would work so much better for this home, but that's okay. I think what we used looked kind of fun in the end. And then I really enjoyed using that base game mirror that has all the sticky notes all over it. It's just like perfect. I imagine this place is littered with sticky notes and papers and files and all kinds of stuff because they're just trying to figure it out and they're hiding. And so that's what this is all about. You can just see junk absolutely everywhere, and some things I forget that I place and then I figure out later. So you might see that freeze ray gun on the ground from Get to Work. We do end up putting that on a dresser a little bit later, and this house does end up having everything you need between a bed, a shower, a toilet, a sink, and a dresser for your Sims to go ahead and change. Of course, you could also use one of the mirrors in the house. I guess you didn't really need a dresser, but for it to look realistic, I made sure to include that. Plus, it was another surface to put more stuff on, and that's definitely what I was going for. I also added some pipes and stuff on the walls over here. I felt like this area was just a little bit too empty for my liking and for what we were trying to accomplish with the look of this house. And I thought piping would look pretty cool. I mean, maybe that's helping with the air supply coming down here somehow. I kind of like that idea. I think we end up adding one of the air vents. We should be grabbing that shortly, I believe. It's also from Get to Work. Yeah, this air vent. I think we kept it in a different color, maybe the green. And I also enjoyed adding that little satellite that looks kind of creepy up above the corkboard. I just had a lot of fun with this build. I love doing stuff like this from time to time, so I hope you guys do like it too. And speaking of which, this should be on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is also down below, as well as a direct download link to the gallery website if it's easier for you to download it that way. If it's not, I apologize so much. I am traveling right now, so if it's not, it will be up in a couple of days, but hopefully I will remember to plop this on the gallery before I head out for a trip to Disney, which I'm so excited about. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that's happening. But anyway, we're just adding some more disgusting ooze on the floor and heading on into the bathroom space, which we just used this shower from Outdoor Retreat. And then I think we used the toilet that you can make yourself out of wood with the what, I always forget the name of that table. The woodworking bench. Yeah. So that's all that's in here. And then just a little bathrobe and some more goo on the floor because gotta make the bathroom just as gross as the rest of the place if we're going for that. And now we're just moving things around over here so I can fit in a little dresser. We end up using the one from Cats and Dogs that kind of looks like a little cabinet, and we size it down and we put some clutter on top of it to kind of have some more junk in this bunker and make it fit in with the rest of the place. And I use this green version of it that's a little bit worn down because I thought, you know, everything down here is a little beat up, and for it to fit in and not stick out, it needed to be as well. And I thought the green was pretty nice. So I think we just add some papers, this weird bear statue, and a bear, not beer, that weird bear statue. And then we're going to move the freeze ray gun up onto that dresser as well once I realize it's there. And I think that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to give this build a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you all so very, very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.